Imagine being so powerful. Your anger doesn't explode, it evolves. When life throws fireballs at you, do you ignite or do you control the blaze? In the fierce days of history, when battles were fought with swords, not keyboards, true warriors didn't scream or boast. They didn't flinch. They simply moved with silent precision. That same spirit lives on today, not in knights or gladiators, but in Sigma males. Modern warriors of calm strength. When a Sigma male gets mad, the entire room feels it. Not through shouting or chaos, but through a shift in energy so intense it's almost magnetic. Studies show that emotional regulation, a hallmark of Sigma behavior, is tied to higher levels of prefrontal cortex activity, the part of the brain responsible for self-control and decision-making. Today we're diving deep into a topic rarely discussed, the 10 unusual reactions when Sigma males get mad. High-value men do not lose themselves in anger. They master it, turning rage into strategy, like kings commanding their inner kingdoms. By the end of this video, you won't just understand Sigma anger. You'll realize why it's one of the most powerful forces in the world. Let's get into it. Number 1, the silent withdrawal. When the typical man gets angry, he argues, defends, and sometimes explodes in a storm of emotion, but not the Sigma male. His reaction is far more controlled, far more strategic. When a Sigma feels that burning anger rise within him, his first instinct isn't to lash out, it's to disappear. He quietly leaves the room, he logs off the call without drama. He vanishes from the situation like a ghost in the night. Why does he do this? Because Sigmas understand a truth that most people overlook. Every word, every outburst, every heated moment spent on the wrong person is a transaction, and it's usually a terrible investment. Studies in emotional intelligence reveal that managing your anger is a hallmark of high-functioning individuals. Rather than reacting impulsively, Sigma males conserve their emotional resources. They realize that not every battle is worth fighting, and not every comment deserves a response. Instead of wasting time on petty conflicts, they keep their energy focused on higher goals, personal growth, building skills, creating value. In a way, Sigmas play chess while others are playing checkers. They move silently, calculating, always thinking 2 steps ahead. Mastering themselves is the first step in mastering the world around them. So next time you feel your blood boiling, channel your inner Sigma. Walk away before you say something you regret. Disappear before you lose your peace. Remember, the loudest man in the room often has the least control. True strength isn't shown in shouting matches. It's shown in silent self-discipline. Being a Sigma isn't about being emotionless. It's about being emotionally intelligent enough to know when silence is louder than words. Number 2, strategic coldness. The Sigma male's second reaction to anger is colder than Antarctica in December, but don't mistake the chill for weakness. It's actually a calculated response designed to protect his energy and maintain control. When most people get angry, they yell, argue, or lose their composure, not the Sigma. Instead of shouting or throwing tantrums, he switches gears into a calm, almost icy state. His voice doesn't rise, his emotions don't explode. Instead, the temperature drops. His tone gets sharper. His stare becomes harder, and his emotional availability vanishes like mist in the wind. This isn't just personality, it's psychological strategy. Known as emotional detachment, it's a high-level emotional intelligence move. Studies in psychology show that people who can regulate their emotions during conflict are more likely to achieve favorable outcomes. Sigmas have mastered this. They instinctively use what you could call emotional judo, flipping the situation by staying silent, observant, and detached, destabilizing the emotional opponent who expects a heated battle. People are often thrown off by this reaction. They expect anger to come with passion and noise, when instead they are met with cold logic and unshakable stillness. It unsettles them. It forces them to question their own emotional outburst, making the Sigma male the unexpected one, holding all the power. In the art of influence and conflict resolution, controlling the emotional temperature of the room without raising your voice is an advanced skill. It's what separates reactive individuals from true leaders. For the Sigma, this isn't an act, it's second nature. Staying cold when the world expects fire is not just emotional mastery, it's a signature Sigma move. Number 3, leveling up in silence. Some people react to anger by getting petty. Sigma males react by evolving. When betrayed, insulted, or disrespected, Sigma males don't waste time stewing in bitterness. Instead, they channel that emotional energy into self-improvement. It's not just about feeling better, it's about better. Psychologists have long recognized that anger, when redirected properly, can fuel growth. Studies show that channeling anger into productive outlets like physical exercise or goal achievement increases resilience and emotional intelligence. Sigmas understand this instinctively. When someone tries to tear them down, they don't get loud. They get busy. They hit the gym harder, sharpening not just their body but their discipline. They study longer, mastering new skills, knowledge, and strategies that will quietly elevate them beyond their critics. They make more moves in silence because real power grows best away from unnecessary noise. Imagine someone trying to offend you, expecting you to lash out, and instead you quietly double your value. You train, you read, you build. Then one day they look up and realize you've outgrown them entirely, and there's no way to catch up. Sigma males don't waste time seeking revenge. They know true victory is self-mastery. They understand that the best way to respond to disrespect is to create a life so successful, so undeniable that no insult or betrayal can touch it. They don't get even, they get better, and that's why you never see them coming until it's far too late. Number 4, laser-sharp boundaries. Anger sharpens a Sigma male's already keen sense of boundaries like a blade honed to perfection. Unlike others who might explode in fits of rage or unleash passive-aggressive tactics, the Sigma responds with silent precision. When someone crosses a line, the Sigma doesn't argue, plead, or create scenes. He simply redraws his boundaries, quietly, firmly, and without apology. One day you might be laughing with him, sharing conversations, believing you're solidly part of his circle. The next day, you're blocked, ghosted, and completely erased from his world. No warnings, no explanations, no drama. This is not an act of cruelty, it's an act of clarity. Sigma males value their peace of mind above all else. Psychology even backs this behavior. Studies on emotional intelligence show that those with high self-respect and strong boundaries often prefer clean breaks over prolonged emotional conflict. Sigmas understand that trying to force closure only drags out pain and gives disrespect a second chance to grow. In fact, some of history's most independent minds, like Nikola Tesla and Albert Einstein, often withdrew from toxic people with quiet resolve rather than confrontational spectacle. The Sigma embodies this principle. He would rather lose 100 so-called friends than sacrifice an ounce of his self-respect. Revenge? That's too noisy, too draining. The real power move is silence. Refusing to allow toxic energy back into your kingdom is a profound statement of self-worth. Sigma males know their kingdom isn't built for just anyone. It's reserved for those who understand, respect, and align with their values. In a world obsessed with validation, the Sigma's quiet goodbye echoes louder than any argument ever could. Number 5, disarming humor. Here's where Sigma males show their wit. When provoked, a Sigma doesn't explode or get flustered like most people might. Instead, he responds with a sharp, disarming joke. It's not just comedy for comedy's sake, it's a tactical move. Rather than getting dragged into emotional mud, a Sigma deflects the attack with humor, leaving the aggressor looking ridiculous and feeling powerless. Think of it as emotional Aikido. In traditional Aikido, a martial artist doesn't meet force with force. They redirect the opponent's energy against them. Sigmas do the same, but with words. They turn an insult or a challenge into a punchline, effortlessly flipping the situation in their favor. Scientifically speaking, humor under pressure is linked to high emotional intelligence and cognitive flexibility. Studies show that individuals who use humor to handle conflict are better at regulating emotions, building rapport, and even lowering stress levels for themselves and everyone around them. For the Sigma male, laughter becomes more than just a way to lighten the mood. It's both a shield and a sword. The shield protects him from absorbing negativity. The sword cuts through tension and dismantles hostility without a single aggressive move. It's a masterclass in social strategy. This ability to maintain composure and turn confrontation into amusement makes Sigma males unpredictable and highly respected. People don't know what to expect from them, and that uncertainty is a quiet source of power. While others are busy arguing or escalating drama, the Sigma is busy winning without even trying. In a world fueled by emotional reactions, the Sigma male's humor-first defense system is not just refreshing, it's revolutionary. Number 6, weaponized success. When a Sigma male feels wronged, he doesn't waste his energy on petty arguments or emotional outbursts. Instead, he transforms that frustration into a laser-focused obsession with winning. This is one of the key psychological traits that sets Sigmas apart from others. They understand that emotions, when properly channeled, can become rocket fuel for growth and achievement. Instead of seeking validation or pity, the Sigma gets to work, silently, relentlessly. He becomes a master of his craft, dedicating long hours to developing his skills, expanding his knowledge, and sharpening his strategies. This is backed by a psychological phenomenon known as displacement, where intense emotions are redirected into productive activities. For Sigmas, it's not just about working harder, it is about working smarter, thinking 10 steps ahead and outperforming everyone around them. Meanwhile, the people who doubted or betrayed him are left watching from the sidelines. They get a front row seat to his transformation, his glow-up. Watching someone rise, succeed and thrive without ever seeking revenge directly is often the most devastating consequence for anyone who underestimated him. Success becomes the ultimate revenge. It is sweet, silent, and undeniable. Unlike others who might seek to get even through confrontation, Sigma males understand that true power lies in creating a life so elevated that it makes every slight irrelevant. Studies in motivational psychology show that individuals who focus on personal excellence rather than external retaliation tend to achieve higher levels of success and satisfaction. For Sigmas, living well is not just the best revenge, it is a lifestyle. They do not just win, they evolve into forces of nature that no one can ignore. Number 7, empathic distancing. One of the most interesting and often misunderstood reactions of a Sigma male to anger is his complete lack of outward aggression. Instead of mirroring the anger thrown at him, a Sigma responds with something that may seem counterintuitive: understanding and distance. When others lash out in anger, the Sigma male doesn't immediately react or escalate the situation. Instead, he takes a moment to reflect and often thinks, "You're hurting, confused, broken, and I'm not responsible for fixing you." This response may come as a surprise to many, as most people instinctively react to anger with more anger, trying to defend themselves or prove their point. But the Sigma male recognizes that responding emotionally only adds fuel to the fire. Instead of diving into a heated argument, the Sigma male retreats with quiet wisdom, understanding that his peace is valuable and that not every conflict is his to resolve. He chooses to protect his mental and emotional well-being rather than absorbing the negativity around him. This doesn't mean he's weak or incapable of standing up for himself. It's actually a display of emotional intelligence. He knows that sometimes walking away or simply not engaging is the most powerful choice. By doing this, the Sigma male sets a boundary, demonstrating his ability to maintain control over his emotions. He understands that he can empathize with someone's pain without taking on their burden. His silence is not an act of defeat, but rather a conscious decision to protect his peace, allowing him to stay grounded and unshaken. It's a lesson in wisdom. Protect your own peace without becoming entangled in others' chaos. Number 8, strategic confrontation. Sometimes silence isn't the answer, especially when you're dealing with situations that require confrontation. Sigma males, known for their calm demeanor and calculated approach to life, will step up when needed, but never emotionally. Unlike others who might get swept up in the heat of the moment, Sigmas approach conflict with the precision of a chess player, strategically making their moves and staying several steps ahead. What sets Sigma males apart is their ability to confront situations without getting emotionally entangled. They don't react impulsively, but instead they think logically, analyzing the situation with clear and rational thought. Their confrontation style is calm and tactical. They don't engage in unnecessary drama or raise their voices. Instead, they speak softly, but with an underlying strength, choosing their words carefully and delivering them with unshakable conviction. When a Sigma faces a confrontation, they use facts and logic as their weapons. They don't rely on emotion or exaggeration. A Sigma will lay out the truth, objective, precise, and often inescapable. By the time they're finished, the other person has no room to argue or defend themselves because the facts have been presented so clearly and ruthlessly. This method isn't about dominating others. It's about ensuring that the truth stands firm without the need for emotional outbursts. A Sigma knows that words are powerful tools when used with intelligence, and in moments of confrontation, they wield this power like a surgeon with a scalpel, careful calculated and effective. The essence of being a Sigma is to speak softly but carry a big brain, demonstrating that the real strength lies not in shouting, but in the clarity and precision of one's words. Number 9, mastery of non-reaction, possibly the most unnerving Sigma reaction. No reaction at all. When faced with insults, criticism, or attempts to provoke, Sigma males remain calm and composed, often responding with a polite smile. Instead of reacting impulsively, they maintain control over their emotions. This is no accident. Sigma males understand the importance of emotional discipline. Anger, for example, is a powerful emotion, but to a Sigma, giving into anger means surrendering control. By not reacting, they prevent others from manipulating their emotions. This skill is a key component of their ungovernable nature. When you master your reactions, you become unpredictable, hard to control, and more focused on what matters. In a world where reactions can be manipulated, Sigma males choose silence, emotional control, and calm over impulsive reactions. They don't give their power away easily. This restraint is a sign of their self-mastery and inner strength. Number 10, the quiet reset. When anger threatens to disrupt a Sigma male's peace, he doesn't look to the outside world for validation or sympathy. Instead, he retreats inward, focusing on resetting himself privately. This ability to regain his composure is a hallmark of his emotional intelligence. Instead of reacting impulsively, a Sigma channels that energy into something productive. He might engage in a rigorous workout where physical exertion helps clear his mind. Alternatively, he might turn to journaling, meditation, or strategizing his next big move. Whatever method he chooses, the key is that the Sigma finds peace within himself. The world might not even notice his brief emotional disturbance, but months later they'll see the fruits of his resilience, an empire built on focus, discipline, and inner strength, while others were caught up in petty conflicts. When doubt arises, a Sigma knows the best way to overcome it is to build quietly, steadily, and powerfully. So Sigmas, next time you feel anger rising, remember, you don't have to roar to show your strength. You don't have to punch walls to prove your power. You don't have to lower your standards to fight back. You are a Sigma. You transcend the noise. You build in silence. You win without shouting. Embrace these 10 unusual reactions, and you'll not only manage your anger, you'll weaponize it for growth, wisdom, and domination. The world doesn't need more men who lose themselves to anger. It needs more Sigmas who master themselves and change the game entirely. Sigmas, if you found power, wisdom, and fire in this video, smash that like button. Subscribe to join this unstoppable Sigma community, and remember that the journey of a true Sigma isn't just about living differently, it's about living better, living freer, living powerfully. Stay true and stay Sigma.